as we said in the last poem, an important imagery of peach blossom is beauty, youth, and life. Therefore, there is the saying of in beauty with the pink peach blossoms side by side. But peach blossom has more than just one imagery like this. In ancient times, it symbolized seclusion, and this imagery began with Taoyuan means the peach colony. The fisherman looked for the end of the peach forest with curiosity, and eventually he found a pure and beautiful world, which was called Peach Blossom Garden, and it is actually equivalent to Chinese utopia. This poem, written by ZHANG, which I wanted to talk about today, is also about the same thing. The first sentence said that a bridge flies away through a wild mist, which is a long-distance view shot at first glance, like a standard Chinese landscape painting. But we also note that there are few pure views in landscape paintings. Besides the landscape, there must be humans' activities to make this painting come alive. Then the second sentence of "Yet here are the rocks and the fisherman's boat" is to pull it back from the distant view to the close view. Behind this casual question is the poet's fascination, but in fact, we can further delve whether the poet really asked this question. Not necessarily. Of course, the poet knows that this mountain is not that mountain. This fisherman is not the fisherman in Taoyuan Ming's writing, and this peach blossom tree is also not that peach blossom garden. So when you think about it this way, you should know that the poet shouldn't really ask the fisherman that question. Consequently, this question seems to be real, but it is actually virtual. However, through his question, we know about how much the poet hopes to have such a paradise in his deep inner heart. Although the poem is virtual, but the emotion is real. The whole poem is rooted in this virtual and real, which makes it particularly dreamlike and ethereal, like an ink landscape painting, making people forget the secular world, and even triggering the image of detachment from the world. Let's talk about ZHANG, the author of this poem. He is a calligrapher in the Tang Dynasty, who is not only good at cursive script, but also fond of drinking. At that time, adults in the Tang Dynasty tied their hair and wore crowns, which was basic courtesy. However, as soon as ZHANG got drunk, he would take off his crown and expose his hair. So why did he do this? Because he wanted to write. It is said that once ZHANG was intrigued, after drinking 3 cups of wine, he would dance, and even took his hair as a brush to write at will. This kind of wildness is not less than that of Li Bai. Does anyone think it is a bit strange that since ZHANG's behavior is so rebellious and his writing is so free-spirited, why is his poetry so light and ethereal? This is because behind his wildness, it is precisely the indifference of his heart.